Chapter 1. A common bedtime habit that may be affecting your sleep after 60. Everyone wakes up during the night from time to time. But if you're getting up 2 or 3 times every night to use the bathroom, you may have wondered, is this just a normal part of aging? Many older adults assume the answer is yes. And while changes in sleep and bladder habits can certainly become more common with age, frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom may be worth paying attention to. In fact, many health experts believe that nighttime urination may sometimes be connected to broader changes happening throughout the body, including sleep quality, heart health, and overall well-being. Now, that doesn't mean something serious is necessarily wrong. And it certainly doesn't mean you should panic. But it may be worth paying closer attention to. So let me ask you something. How many times do you usually wake up during the night? Once, twice, or perhaps 3 times or more? If you're waking up more than once on a regular basis, today's discussion may be especially helpful. Because nighttime urination is not always just a bladder issue. It can sometimes be influenced by hydration habits, circulation, medications, sleep patterns, and even certain bedtime routines. And here's the encouraging news. Small daily habits can sometimes make a surprisingly big difference. Not through expensive treatments, and not through miracle solutions, but through simple choices that support healthy aging. In today's video, we'll talk about why nighttime urination becomes more common after age 60, and one common bedtime habit that many older adults overlook. We'll also discuss how interrupted sleep may affect energy, memory, and overall health, and share several simple habits that may help support more restful nights. Because healthy aging isn't about accepting discomfort as just getting older. It's about understanding how our bodies change, and learning how to support them in gentle and practical ways. So if you're tired of waking up several times a night, stay with me. You may discover that one small change before bedtime can make a meaningful difference in how you feel the next morning. Chapter 2. Why do so many people wake up at night after age 60? Before we go any further, let me briefly walk you through what we'll cover in today's video. We'll talk about why nighttime urination becomes more common after age 60, and why the bladder may become more sensitive with age. We'll discuss how interrupted sleep can affect overall health and quality of life, and clear up several common misconceptions many people have about waking up during the night. We'll also explore one simple bedtime habit and why it may be helpful. Share some practical strategies you can start using right away, and talk about evening habits that may help support better sleep. Now, let's begin with the most important question. Why do so many older adults wake up more frequently during the night? Have you ever found yourself wondering, I used to sleep through the night, so when did things change? Many people assume the answer is simple. They think the bladder just gets weaker with age. And it's true that changes in bladder function can occur over time. But that's only part of the story. In many cases, another important factor is involved. Our body's internal clock. Now let's talk about the role hormones play during sleep. Inside the body, there is a hormone called antidiuretic hormone. The name sounds complicated, but its job is actually very simple. At night, this hormone tells the kidneys it's time to slow down urine production and let the body rest. Think of the kidneys as a water treatment plant. They work around the clock, filtering the blood and maintaining the body's fluid balance. When we're younger, this system works remarkably well. At night, the body naturally produces less urine. That's one reason many people could sleep soundly until morning when they were younger. But as we age, this nighttime signal gradually becomes less efficient. As a result, the kidneys may continue producing more urine during the night than they once did. And that can lead to more frequent trips to the bathroom. This change is actually very common, and many experts consider it a normal part of aging. Now here's something many people don't realize. Nighttime urination isn't always about the bladder. Sometimes people immediately assume they have a prostate problem. Others worry that something must be seriously wrong. But in many cases, the issue isn't necessarily the bladder itself. And it may not always be caused by the prostate. Instead, the body's natural timing system simply changes over time. Think about an old clock. A new clock keeps perfect time. But an older clock may gradually become less precise. Our internal biological clock can change in much the same way. And when that happens, the body may become less effective at distinguishing daytime from nighttime. That doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. And it certainly doesn't mean you're weak. It's simply one of the many changes that can come with healthy aging. One reason nighttime urination is often ignored is because it happens so gradually. There is usually no pain, no obvious warning signs, just lighter sleep, more awakenings, and greater difficulty falling back asleep. So many people tell themselves, well, I guess this is just part of getting older. And while some changes are common, poor sleep shouldn't simply be accepted without question. Because sleep affects nearly every aspect of health: energy levels, memory, mood, balance, and overall well-being. Many couples quietly struggle with this issue together. Sometimes one partner wakes up several times each night. And eventually, both people end up losing sleep. Many families assume nothing can be done. But very often, simple lifestyle adjustments can make a meaningful difference. And that's encouraging, because better sleep doesn't always require complicated treatments. Sometimes understanding what's happening inside the body is the first step. So remember this: frequent nighttime urination after age 60 does not necessarily mean that your bladder is in decline. In many cases, it reflects natural changes in hormones and the body's internal clock. And understanding those changes can help us make wiser choices and support healthier aging. Now that we've talked about the first reason, let's move on to the second factor that many people overlook. Why does the bladder itself become more sensitive as we get older? Chapter 3. The 3 major risks of frequent nighttime urination after 60. Remember the first cause we talked about: hormonal changes? Now let's move on to the second cause. On top of those hormonal changes, another issue often develops as we age. That issue is an overly sensitive bladder. Many older adults describe something like this: they go to the bathroom, but only a small amount comes out. So why do they feel like they have to go so often? Have you ever experienced that? The answer is important. The problem is not the amount. The problem is the signal. Studies show that a younger adult's bladder usually sends a strong signal when it contains around 10 ounces, or about 300 milliliters, of urine. But after age 65, the bladder may begin sending urgent signals with only 4 to 5 ounces, or about 120 to 150 milliliters. That's less than half a cup. In fact, research suggests that nearly 7 out of 10 adults over 65 experience some degree of bladder overactivity. Why does this happen? Because the nerve endings in the bladder wall become more sensitive with age. Think of it like an old smoke detector. A new smoke detector sounds only when there is a real fire. But an old one may start beeping just because a piece of toast got slightly burned. The bladder can behave the same way. When we are younger, it sends a signal only when it is truly full. As we age, it may send an alarm much earlier. The brain receives that signal and says time to get up. And that is why many people are surprised to find that very little urine comes out once they reach the bathroom. Consider someone who wakes up 2 or 3 times every night, but each time the amount of urine is very small. The prostate appears healthy, bladder tests come back normal, and yet the pattern continues. Many older adults in this situation begin to blame themselves. But here is what's important to understand. The bladder isn't weak. It's simply sending signals too early. And that is not anyone's fault. Sometimes understanding the problem is enough to bring real peace of mind. What about you? When you get up at night, do you pass a large amount of urine, or just a little? If it's usually only a small amount, an overactive bladder signal may be part of the reason. There is something else that many people do without realizing it. Before bed, they empty their bladder just in case. Even if they don't really feel the urge. It sounds sensible, but over time, this habit may actually train the bladder to become more sensitive. The bladder has a kind of memory. If we empty it every time it holds only a small amount, the body begins to think that small amount is full. Think about raising children. If a child is comforted immediately, every time they become slightly uncomfortable, they never learn patience. The bladder works in a similar way. When hormonal changes and bladder sensitivity occur together, a cycle begins. Sleep becomes lighter, the body wakes more easily, and nighttime bathroom trips become more frequent. So far, we've talked about two causes: hormonal changes and increased bladder sensitivity. Now let's talk about why this matters. Because frequent nighttime urination is more than an inconvenience. It can affect the entire body. This next part is important. Waking up repeatedly to urinate is not just about feeling tired. It is associated with three major risks that many older adults don't realize are connected to nighttime urination. Those risks are heart problems, changes in brain and memory function, and falls and fractures. Let's go through them one by one. The first risk involves the heart. During deep sleep, the heart gets a chance to rest. Blood pressure normally drops by about 10 to 20% overnight. Doctors call this nocturnal blood pressure dipping, and it is very important for heart health. Think of your heart as a delivery truck. During the day, it works hard, carries heavy loads, and never stops. At night, that truck should return to the garage. The engine cools down, maintenance takes place, and everything gets ready for another day. Sleep is that maintenance period. But people who wake up 2 or more times each night often do not experience this normal drop in blood pressure. In other words, the truck enters the garage, but the engine never turns off. Eventually, that constant strain takes its toll. Long-term studies have shown that older adults who wake up multiple times each night have significantly higher risks of heart attack and stroke. And the hours between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. are particularly vulnerable. Why? Because the body is preparing to wake up, and blood pressure naturally rises. But if the heart and blood vessels never truly rested, that transition becomes harder. Have you ever noticed your heart racing after returning from the bathroom in the early morning? Or felt unusually foggy or unsteady? Those may be signs that your body is under stress. Many older adults share a common concern. They want to stay healthy and independent, not just for themselves, but for the people they love. And that is exactly why nighttime urination deserves attention. The second risk involves the brain and memory. While we sleep deeply, something remarkable happens. The brain cleans itself. Waste products that build up during the day are washed away. One of these substances is beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Think of the brain as a busy store. During the day, customers come and go. Shelves become messy, and trash accumulates. When the store closes at night, the cleaning crew comes in, and everything is swept and organized. That's what deep sleep does for the brain. Research shows that this cleaning process is dramatically more efficient during deep sleep. But if sleep is constantly interrupted, the cleanup never finishes. And over time, memory and cognitive function may suffer. Many older adults notice they forget names more easily, walk into a room and forget why they went there, or misplace everyday items more often. These changes are not always simply old age. Sometimes poor sleep is playing a major role. Have you noticed any of these things recently? If so, your sleep may deserve closer attention. Sleep is not wasted time. It is maintenance time for the brain. And protecting sleep may be one of the simplest ways to protect memory. The third risk is perhaps the most immediate. Walking through a dark house while still half asleep is risky for anyone. But for older adults with weaker joints or reduced vision, the danger is much greater. Many hip fractures among older adults occur during nighttime trips to the bathroom. And a hip fracture can change life dramatically, often requiring surgery, months of rehabilitation, and a significant loss of independence. Many families only realize the risk after something has already happened. So it's worth asking a few simple questions right now. Is the path from your bed to the bathroom well lit? Do you have a night light? Are there rugs or uneven surfaces that could cause a trip? Is the bathroom floor slippery? And do you have something sturdy to hold onto when getting out of bed? Even one small hazard can matter in the middle of the night. Sharing these concerns with family members can also make a real difference. Because loved ones often want to help, but simply don't know where to start. Let's take a moment to review what we've covered. Frequent nighttime urination is linked to 3 important areas of health. First, repeated awakenings may prevent the heart from getting the rest it needs. Second, interrupted sleep may interfere with memory and cognitive function over time. And third, nighttime bathroom trips increase the risk of dangerous falls and fractures. That's why nighttime urination is not just a matter of inconvenience. It is a matter of health and safety. The good news is that this cycle can often be improved. Not by forcing the body, and not by fighting it, but by helping the body receive the message that nighttime is a time for rest. Before we discuss those solutions, however, there are several common myths that many people still believe, and those misunderstandings may be preventing you from sleeping through the night. Let's talk about those next. Chapter 4. 5 Common Myths About Nighttime Urination You Should Stop Believing. Before we talk about what actually helps, we need to clear up some common misconceptions. Because if you believe the wrong advice, even the best solutions may not work as well as they could. There are 5 myths that come up again and again, and understanding them may change the way you think about nighttime urination entirely. The first myth is the belief that you should stop drinking water in the evening. Many older adults decide to stop drinking water after dinner because they don't want to wake up during the night. At first, that sounds reasonable, but in many cases, it can actually make things worse. Why? Because when the body becomes dehydrated, the urine becomes more concentrated. And concentrated urine can irritate the lining of the bladder. An irritated bladder becomes more sensitive, and a more sensitive bladder sends signals more often. In other words, drinking too little water may actually cause you to wake up more frequently. So what should you do? The answer is moderation. After dinner, having 1 small glass of water is usually perfectly reasonable. You don't need to avoid fluids completely. However, it is wise to reduce fluid intake during the 2 hours before bedtime. Balance is the key. The second myth is the belief that avoiding coffee is enough. Many people think caffeine is the only problem. And yes, limiting caffeine, especially in the afternoon and evening, can certainly help. But caffeine isn't the only issue. Alcohol may be even more important. Some people enjoy a glass of wine, a beer, or a cocktail in the evening because they believe it helps them sleep. But alcohol can interfere with the body's natural nighttime hormone signals. Remember the hormone we discussed earlier? The one that tells the kidneys to slow down urine production during sleep? Alcohol weakens that signal. It also irritates the bladder, making the urge to urinate more frequent. That's why many people find themselves waking up more often after having alcohol in the evening. What seems relaxing before bed may actually lead to a more restful night. The third myth is the belief that nothing can be done, because this is simply part of getting older. Many older adults tell themselves they're over 60. This is normal, and they just have to live with it. And while aging certainly brings changes, that doesn't mean nothing can be improved. Yes, hormone levels change. And yes, the bladder becomes more sensitive. Those changes are real, but they don't mean you have to simply accept poor sleep. Research and clinical experience both suggest that some older adults wake up 4 or 5 times every night, while others sleep through the night or wake only once. What's often different is their daily habits. Lifestyle choices can make a tremendous difference. So please don't lose hope. Growing older does not mean giving up on restful sleep. The fourth myth is the belief that holding urine longer will strengthen the bladder. Some people believe that forcing themselves to hold urine for as long as possible will train the bladder to become stronger. But excessive holding can actually do more harm than good. An overstretched bladder can weaken the bladder muscles, and it may even increase the risk of urinary tract infections. Healthy bladder habits are about balance. For most adults, emptying the bladder every 3 to 4 hours during the day is perfectly reasonable. Neither rushing to the bathroom every few minutes, nor forcing yourself to hold it for too long is ideal. The fifth myth is the belief that medication is the only answer. Many people assume that frequent nighttime urination automatically means they need medicine, and sometimes medication is appropriate. Conditions such as an enlarged prostate or overactive bladder may require treatment from a physician, but not everyone needs medication. In fact, many people experience significant improvement simply by changing a few daily habits. Better sleep routines, healthier evening habits, and smarter fluid timing can all make a meaningful difference. Small changes often lead to meaningful results. And for many people, those changes come without adding another prescription. Let's take a moment to review the 5 myths we just covered. The first myth is that you should stop drinking water in the evening. In reality, moderation is better than dehydration. And one small glass after dinner is usually fine. The second myth is that caffeine is the only problem. Alcohol can actually have an even greater effect on nighttime urination than caffeine. The third myth is that nothing can be done because of age. Healthy habits can still make a meaningful difference, regardless of age. The fourth myth is that holding urine longer will strengthen the bladder. In fact, too much holding may cause harm rather than help. And the fifth myth is that medication is the only answer. Many people improve substantially through lifestyle changes alone. Now we've cleared away some of the most common misunderstandings. And that brings us to the question many of you have been waiting for. What can we actually do to help the body sleep more peacefully? And reduce those nighttime trips to the bathroom? Let's talk about that next. Chapter 5. How a simple bedtime habit may help reduce nighttime urination. In this chapter, we'll look more closely at the science behind a simple bedtime habit that some older adults have found helpful for reducing nighttime urination. But first, it's important to be clear about something. This is not a miracle cure, and it does not guarantee the same results for everyone. However, when we understand how the body works and support those natural processes, many older adults can experience meaningful improvement. The goal is not to force the bladder to stop working. Instead, the goal is to send a gentle message to the body that it's time to rest. As we age, our bodies tend to respond better to clear and consistent signals rather than strong stimulation. Research in sleep medicine suggests that nighttime awakenings in older adults are influenced not only by how much urine is produced, but also by how well the autonomic nervous system maintains its balance. Now, what exactly is the autonomic nervous system? Think of driving a car. You have an accelerator and a brake pedal. The sympathetic nervous system is like the accelerator. It keeps the body alert and active during the day. The parasympathetic nervous system is like the brake. It helps the body relax and prepare for sleep. When we're younger, switching between those two systems happens smoothly, with the accelerator active during the day, and the brake naturally taking over at night. But as we get older, that transition doesn't always happen so easily. It's almost as if the pedals become stiff. You may be lying in bed, but your body is still operating in daytime mode. And when that happens, even small signals from the bladder can become amplified enough to wake the brain. If that description sounds familiar, it may help explain why sleep becomes more fragmented with age. And once we understand that, the path forward becomes a little clearer. The simple bedtime habit we're discussing is designed to support that natural transition into rest, not by forcing the body, but by helping it shift gently into nighttime mode. This is also one reason why many sleep specialists recommend caution when it comes to prolonged use of sleeping medications in older adults. Sleeping medications essentially force the brain into sleep. They don't restore the body's natural rhythm. And for older adults, long-term use may come with important side effects, including an increased risk of falls. Many experts in sleep medicine prefer approaches that work with the body's own rhythms rather than overriding them. And that's exactly what this bedtime habit is intended to support. So how might this work? There are 3 possible ways this kind of bedtime support may be helpful. The first involves blood sugar stability. When blood sugar drops too quickly during the night, the body releases stress hormones including cortisol. These hormones increase alertness and may make nighttime awakenings more likely. In some older adults, large swings in blood sugar have been associated with more frequent nighttime bathroom trips. Providing a small amount of natural carbohydrate before bed may help maintain more stable blood sugar levels overnight and reduce the sudden drops that trigger those stress responses. The second possible mechanism involves relaxation through the parasympathetic nervous system. Certain nutrients found in natural foods can help promote relaxation. Think of it as gently pressing the brake pedal. For example, magnesium and potassium, found in foods like bananas, and natural compounds, found in foods like honey, may support the body's natural transition toward rest. Again, the goal isn't sedation. It's helping the body slow down naturally. The third possible mechanism involves bladder comfort. As we age, the lining of the bladder can become more sensitive. Small amounts of irritation may trigger stronger signals than they once did. Reducing factors that aggravate the bladder and supporting overall hydration and nervous system balance may help decrease unnecessary nighttime urgency. That's why bladder-friendly habits are considered one of the foundations of managing nocturia. So the next question becomes, what exactly should we eat? And how should we incorporate it into a bedtime routine? That's what we'll talk about next. Chapter 6. 3 simple options before bed. Let's look at 3 simple options that some older adults have found helpful as part of a bedtime routine. You only need to choose one, not all 3. The first option is 1 teaspoon of natural honey. About 1 teaspoon, or roughly 5 milliliters, is enough. You do not need to mix it with water. Simply take it as it is. Honey contains natural glucose and fructose, which may help keep blood sugar levels more stable overnight. It also contains compounds that support the body's production of melatonin, the hormone involved in healthy sleep. There is one important note. If you have diabetes, please speak with your doctor before trying this method. If your blood sugar is not well controlled, honey may not be the best choice for you. The second option is half a banana. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium. These minerals help relax muscles and support the nervous system, including the muscles around the bladder. Bananas are also easy to digest, making them gentle on the stomach before bedtime. Their glycemic effect is moderate, so they generally do not cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. A slightly firm banana, one that is mostly yellow, with just a little green near the ends, is usually a better choice than a very ripe banana, because it tends to have a lower glycemic index. The third option is 7 almonds. Almonds are an excellent source of magnesium. A small serving provides about 20% of the daily magnesium requirement. Magnesium plays an important role in muscle relaxation and calming the nervous system. Almonds also contain healthy fats and protein, which may help maintain steadier blood sugar levels throughout the night. Choose plain, unsalted almonds without added sugar whenever possible. All 3 options are very similar in their purpose. Some people enjoy something sweet and may prefer honey. Others enjoy fruit and might choose half a banana. And for those who prefer nuts, almonds are a simple and satisfying option. The good news is that any of these can work well as part of a consistent bedtime routine. Choose the one that best fits your personal preferences and health needs. There is one important rule to keep in mind. Please do not combine all 3. Choose only one. Why? Because quantity matters. Taking all 3 together may become too much food before bed. That can place extra work on the digestive system, and may actually make it harder to sleep comfortably. Simple is better. Choose one option and stay consistent. Would you pick honey, half a banana, or 7 almonds? Feel free to share your choice in the comments below. Hearing what others are trying can be encouraging, and your experience may be helpful to someone else who is just getting started. For many people, honey tends to be the most straightforward choice. For one simple reason: portion control is easy. 1 small teaspoon is clear and easy to remember. With bananas, sizes can vary from one to the next. And with almonds, counting them out every night can sometimes feel inconvenient. A single teaspoon of honey is simple and consistent. However, for people living with diabetes, almonds are often considered a more suitable option, since they have very little effect on blood sugar levels. As always, it is a good idea to speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any changes, especially if you have an existing health condition. Remember, none of these foods are miracle cures, but sometimes, small and consistent habits can help your body return to a healthier nighttime rhythm. And often, it is those small choices, repeated day after day, that make the biggest difference over time. Chapter 7. 6 simple steps to make this work. Now we come to the most important part. How do you actually put this into practice? There are 6 simple things to keep in mind, and none of them are complicated. The first is timing. Take your chosen option about 30 to 40 minutes before bedtime. If you take it too early, the effect may wear off before you go to sleep. If you take it too late, your body may not have enough time to respond before you are already in bed. Studies in sleep medicine suggest that this time window is when the body naturally begins shifting from daytime activity into nighttime rest. The second is portion size. More is not better. 1 teaspoon of honey, half a banana, or 7 almonds is enough. If you eat too much, your digestive system may become more active and actually make it harder to sleep comfortably. The amount matters just as much as the choice itself. The third is to avoid drinking water with it. If possible, do not take it with a glass of water. When you drink additional fluids, your stomach and intestines become active again. That signal eventually reaches the kidneys and bladder as well, which may increase the urge to urinate during the night. Many sleep specialists recommend limiting fluids close to bedtime to help reduce nighttime awakenings. The fourth is consistency. Please don't expect dramatic changes after 1 or 2 nights. Give your body time to adjust. Most people need at least 7 to 14 days to establish a new nighttime routine. Research on sleep patterns in older adults suggests that it often takes about 2 weeks for new habits to become established. And don't be discouraged if you still wake up occasionally. The goal is not necessarily to sleep through the night perfectly. The goal is to wake up less often and to fall back asleep more easily. The fifth is to keep a simple record. Write down how many times you wake up each night. You don't need anything complicated. Just jot down a number on a calendar. After 1 week, and again after 2 weeks, compare the results. Many people are surprised to discover gradual improvements they didn't notice day by day. The sixth, and perhaps most important, is knowing when to seek medical advice. If you have diabetes, please talk with your healthcare provider before trying these suggestions. And if you notice unexplained weight loss, blood in the urine, or pain and burning when urinating, please make an appointment with your doctor. These approaches are not a substitute for medical care. They are meant to support healthy habits, not replace proper treatment. Let's take a moment to review those 6 steps. The first is timing. Take your chosen option 30 to 40 minutes before bed. The second is portion size. Keep it small, because more is not always better. The third is to avoid water. Take it by itself to reduce additional fluid intake. The fourth is consistency. Stay with it for at least 2 weeks before drawing conclusions. The fifth is to keep track. Record how many times you wake up each night and compare week by week. And the sixth is to know the exceptions. Always speak with your doctor. If you have diabetes or experience any concerning symptoms, that's it. Nothing complicated. Most of us already have honey, bananas, or almonds at home. You could begin tonight. Many older adults who try these habits consistently for 2 weeks report meaningful changes in how they sleep. Some still wake up once during the night, but find they feel much less anxious about it. Others notice that they fall back asleep more easily, or that some nights they sleep all the way through. For many people, the most encouraging shift isn't just sleeping longer. It's feeling that the body is beginning to trust the night again. And a month into a consistent routine, many report that both they and their partners are sleeping better as a result. This isn't a miracle, and it certainly isn't a magic cure. But sometimes, aging causes our internal rhythms to drift, and small, gentle signals can help guide the body back toward a healthier pattern. You can do this. It doesn't have to be difficult. You can start tonight. So far in today's video, we've covered choosing honey, banana, or almonds as a simple bedtime option, taking it 30 to 40 minutes before bed, avoiding water alongside it, and staying consistent for at least 2 weeks. In the next section, we'll talk about several evening habits that may help improve these results even further. Because good sleep isn't created by one thing. It's the result of many small habits working together. Chapter 8. 5 evening habits and 4 daytime habits that can make a difference. Here is something worth keeping in mind as we go through these habits. The body remembers the overall rhythm of your evening, not just one single action. Even the same bedtime routine can feel very different, depending on how the rest of your evening unfolds. So let's look at 5 evening habits that may help create a more restful night. The first is to eat dinner earlier. If possible, try to finish dinner by 630 or 700 p.m. As the sun goes down, digestion and metabolism naturally begin to slow. When we eat late, the body has to continue working during the time it should be preparing for rest. That extra activity may contribute to nighttime bladder stimulation. Studies involving older adults have found that people who regularly ate dinner after 8 p.m. experienced nighttime urination more often than those who finished dinner earlier. Many older adults who make this one simple adjustment, moving dinner just an hour or two earlier, report waking up less often during the night. It may feel like a difficult change at first, but after a few weeks, most people find it becomes a comfortable and natural part of their routine. The second is to limit beverages later in the evening. Many people think of a warm cup of milk or tea as a comforting bedtime tradition, and there is certainly nothing wrong with enjoying those things. But late in the evening, even one extra cup of liquid may stimulate the kidneys and bladder. Try to limit beverages during the 2 hours before bedtime. If you want to relax, consider dim lighting, quiet music, or simply taking a few moments to unwind instead. The third is to find a comfortable sleeping position. Many people find that sleeping on the left side, with a small pillow between the knees, feels more comfortable. This position may help reduce pressure on the abdomen and promote better circulation. It can also lessen pressure on the bladder and improve overall comfort during the night. Some rehabilitation specialists have noted that this position may also support digestion and reduce nighttime discomfort. The fourth is to avoid going to the bathroom just in case. Many people make a habit of using the bathroom before bed, even when they don't really feel the urge. It seems like a smart idea, but over time, this habit may train the bladder to become overly sensitive. Learning to trust the body's natural signals is important. At first, that may feel a little uncomfortable, but the more confidence you build in your body's own timing, the more peaceful your nights can become. The bladder is not working against you. When it truly needs attention, it will let you know. There is no need to anticipate it ahead of time. By the way, how many times do you usually get up during the night? Once, twice, or 3 times or more? Feel free to share in the comments below. Knowing that others are going through similar experiences can be genuinely encouraging. The fifth is to reduce bright light before bed. About 1 hour before bedtime, try to avoid bright lights. Televisions, tablets, and smartphones all emit blue light, which can interfere with melatonin production. Melatonin is one of the body's natural sleep hormones. Instead, consider reading a book, listening to soft music, or simply sitting quietly under warm lighting. Let's quickly review those 5 evening habits. The first is to finish dinner before 7 p.m. when possible. The second is to limit beverages during the 2 hours before bed. The third is to try sleeping on your left side with a pillow between your knees. The fourth is to avoid unnecessary trips to the bathroom. And the fifth is to reduce bright light during the last hour before bedtime. When these habits become part of your evening routine, that one small bedtime snack becomes part of a larger pattern that supports restful sleep. Now let's talk about 4 daytime habits that may help improve your results even further. The first daytime habit is to get morning sunlight. Spend about 20 to 30 minutes in natural sunlight after waking up. You can sit near a window or enjoy a gentle walk outdoors. Sunlight helps reset the body's internal clock and tells the brain that it is daytime. And when daytime signals become stronger, nighttime signals become clearer as well. As we age, the distinction between day and night can become less pronounced. Morning sunlight helps restore that rhythm. Studies have shown that morning light exposure may increase nighttime melatonin production, so try not to spend the entire day indoors. Even sitting near a bright window can make a difference. The second daytime habit is to drink most of your water earlier in the day. Try to get most of your daily fluids in the morning and early afternoon. If you stay well hydrated during the day, you won't feel the need to drink as much in the evening. Many experts suggest consuming roughly 60 to 70% of your daily fluids before late afternoon. The third daytime habit is to enjoy gentle exercise. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of walking or light physical activity each day. You don't need intense workouts, just enough movement to break a light sweat. Regular activity helps restore balance to the nervous system. Remember the car analogy from earlier? The sympathetic nervous system is the accelerator, and the parasympathetic nervous system is the brake. When you gently press the accelerator during the day, the brake tends to work better at night. Research has shown that older adults who walk regularly tend to experience fewer nighttime bathroom trips. Pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegel exercises, may also be helpful. These are the muscles you use when trying to stop urination. Try doing 10 repetitions, 3 times a day. You can do them while sitting, watching television, or reading. However, avoid vigorous exercise after 6 p.m. Too much stimulation in the evening can make it harder to fall asleep. The fourth daytime habit is to keep naps short. Brief naps are perfectly fine, but try to keep them under 20 minutes. And avoid napping after 3 p.m. Long naps can interfere with nighttime sleep. Once a nap lasts longer than about 20 minutes, you may enter deeper sleep stages. Waking up from deep sleep can leave you feeling groggy, and may make it harder to fall asleep later that night. A brief 20-minute nap, however, can refresh you without affecting your nighttime rest. Setting an alarm can be helpful. And if possible, nap in a recliner or comfortable chair, rather than lying flat in bed, so you're less likely to fall into a very deep sleep. Let's take a moment to bring everything together. For evening habits, the key points are to finish dinner before 7 p.m. Limit beverages during the last 2 hours before bed. Try sleeping on your left side with a pillow between your knees. Avoid going to the bathroom just in case. And reduce bright light during the last hour before sleep. For daytime habits, the key points are to get 20 to 30 minutes of morning sunlight. Drink most of your water earlier in the day. Stay active with gentle exercise, and keep naps short, while avoiding late afternoon rest. Thank you for staying with me through this discussion. Better sleep doesn't usually come from one big change. It comes from many small habits working together. And even 1 or 2 simple adjustments can make a meaningful difference over time. Chapter 9. Final thoughts. How to start sleeping more peacefully beginning tonight. Today, we've covered 7 important things together. We began by talking about why many people wake up more often during the night as they get older. Part of the reason is that the body's natural nighttime hormone signals become weaker, and the internal clock becomes less precise. We then discussed why the bladder becomes more sensitive with age. It's not necessarily that the bladder becomes weak. In many cases, the body's alarm system simply starts sending signals earlier than it used to. We also talked about why this matters. Frequent nighttime awakenings are more than just an inconvenience. Poor sleep quality has been linked to cardiovascular health, cognitive function, and an increased risk of falls. From there, we corrected several common misconceptions. Completely avoiding water in the evening is not always the answer. And getting older does not mean that nothing can be improved. Healthy habits can still make a meaningful difference. We then explored how a simple bedtime snack may help support better sleep. By promoting stable blood sugar, supporting relaxation, and reducing unnecessary bladder irritation, we discussed practical ways to put these ideas into action. Choosing one option, either a teaspoon of honey, half a banana, or a few unsalted almonds, about 30 to 40 minutes before bedtime, and giving yourself at least 2 weeks of consistency. And finally, we talked about evening and daytime habits that can help support more restful nights. Now, if you remember only 3 things from today's video, let them be these. The first is that waking up at night is not simply because you're getting older. Hormonal changes and increased bladder sensitivity both play a role, and many people can improve their symptoms through healthy lifestyle habits. The second is to consider building a simple bedtime routine. Whether it's a teaspoon of honey, half a banana, or a few almonds, consistency matters more than perfection. And the third is to focus on the overall rhythm of your evening. Eating dinner earlier, limiting beverages close to bedtime, and creating a calm environment before sleep all work together to support more restful nights. Sometimes the smallest habits create the biggest improvements over time. Remember, the goal is not to achieve a perfect night. The goal is simply to enjoy a more comfortable one. Maybe you wake up one less time, or fall back asleep more easily. Or wake up in the morning feeling just a little more refreshed. Those small changes add up. Many older adults have spent decades taking care of everyone else, raising children, working hard, and putting their own health last. Perhaps now is the time to show yourself the same care and kindness you've shown others. Healthy aging isn't about stronger treatments. Very often, it's about wiser daily habits. And time and again, small consistent changes. have been shown to make a meaningful difference in how older adults sleep and feel. You deserve peaceful nights, and you deserve to be kind to yourself. Before we finish, please keep in mind that the information shared in this video is intended for general educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Everyone's health situation is different, and results may vary. If you experience pain, blood in the urine, sudden changes in symptoms, or any other concerning signs, please speak with your physician or healthcare provider before making changes to your routine. If today's video was helpful, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment and let us know which habit you'd like to try first. If you know someone who wakes up frequently during the night, please consider sharing this video with them. And if you'd like more practical information on healthy aging, sleep, and wellness after 60, we hope you'll subscribe and join us for the next video. Until next time, may your nights be a little quieter, your sleep a little deeper, and your mornings a little brighter. Thank you for watching, and we wish you a peaceful night.